Boost my audio a bit there. We get white for this. 1869. Good luck. Not played before. No head-to-head score. Opponent. Oh, we've done virtually the same number of games. Sicilian or an English? Which one do we want to play? It's an invitation to switch to an E4 game. But I think I'll play an English. We've done virtually the same number of games, as you can see. I'm going to go with this normal setup that we tend to traditionally aim for. Just so we're not going too, we're going to say too symmetrical, but we might actually be anywhere then. How do we break the symmetry? That would kind of create more symmetry. The trouble is, that's kind of like a good concept, but it can be matched. I could do this to do this, but really, there's no better square for the knight to go to, so let's pop it there. I'm just wondering whether to do this, or has he given us a chance to push forward now? Again, just more to break the symmetry, but if takes, we can take. If takes, we can take. I don't see a nasty jump forward. So I'm going to play d4, just because I simply might not get another chance to. But he's not using any time, is he? Practically all instant moves so far. Well, that's a pawn, so he's just let us win a pawn. There might be a trick at the end, to be fair. Say queen up, although is there? Because we attack the rook, don't we? If we take, we attack the rook. He's just moving all instantly, not thinking. No, to be fair, there could be a trick where one of these pawns get lost, but I'll just drop the bishop back for now. If we've gained a pawn, we can afford to give one away. Okay, we might have spent a move there that we didn't need to spend on. How can I develop? Can I go here, but then this is loose? I'm going to take here. Now, I'd like to go here, but it runs into a trick potentially if this knight moves. But can I go here? Say the knight were to move and I were to push up, my knight would then be loose. It doesn't quite work, so I think I want to develop the queen. We'll stop the knight jumping here, so we'll double cover this. I'm trying to do this to develop the bishop. That's what I'm aiming for. So can he push there now? I've got bishop here as well, but no. I'm going to risk this. It might walk into some sort of pawn push, then if I take, he goes here. Oh, he's trying to checkmate us. He's going for a direct checkmate. I just missed that. So we might have to play f3 then. I think we do have to play f3, don't we? What the heck? So he's going for this, so we have to play f3. And now he's going to be going for this anyway. So is that just game over? This is slightly concerning, isn't it? Problem is, maybe he can play this takes and check. I guess we could block right now. I wanted to go here, but I can't. So what about knight here, hang my rook? That's no good. How do I get back to challenge his queen? I guess at least I've got rook up now. I'm going to go here just to cover this check. He can obviously push forward at some point. I can't do much about it. I can't do much to stop it. So knight takes, at least my rook guards now. So knight takes, I can't take back anyhow. Okay, let's push the pawn on then. He can launch forward. He's found a really, really great line there, hasn't he? But without using any time at all. That's a bit disconcerting. We'll have a look after the game though. I'd like to get the knight here. I don't quite see that somehow. But let's move the rook. Where to? Do we go here? But how do I chase this queen away? Oh, can I do this to go here? So say I come back, my rook's then not guarded. I need to move the rook. Now I'm threatening to come back and chase the queen, I think. So he's attacked us, so I think we need to come back. This isn't really a concern, but as luck would have it, by jumping back we protect this, at least remove, but all we're trying to do is chase this queen. If we could get the queen off the board, we'd be really pleased, but boy, you came up with a dangerous concept there. It's one of them things with chess, if you don't see it until it's too late, it's a bit problematic. Here, common sense goes here to guard, but I do have this knight move. But if I take now, he can't take here, can he? Because we take. Yeah, I like this first. I'm just going to go here and chase the queen first. And then with a view to pawn up and pawn up, something like that. So he's gone back one, he wants to keep it on the board, so I'll push the pawn up. How on earth do I unwind this though? This is dangerous. Maybe rook here to go bishop here, but he just marches down the board. So he's now played the knight in, so what's the idea? To go knight here? This is a bit problematic, isn't it? A bit problematic. What do I do? I think I'm going to play here. So if he comes in, I'm going to drop back, and then I've potentially got knight here. But boy, yeah, the speed of these moves he's playing is quite scary. Let's drop back. He's like 2.5 minutes up on the clock. This is a weird one. How many games did I say? Done similar to what we've done, 1300-ish, yeah. So what has he done now? He's played bishop down to attack the rook. Am I better off giving up an exchange? That's what I'm saying to myself here. Just leave the rook there. Pawn up here isn't a move though. Knight across, takes, could actually be good. I just use the bishop as a pawn. That could be a good concept. But how do I then shift the knight? I could play knight back here. If I play here, he's got knight in. Yeah, that's too dangerous, isn't it? F4 or knight F4 I'm looking at. Knight though attacks the queen, takes. I'm going to risk it and go with the knight. No, he's playing this way too quickly and way too well for what you'd expect. At some point we're going to have to give up a rook to get rid of the knight. There's no other real choice. I'll have to play bishop here and use my bishop as a giant pawn, I think. But we're going to have to do something like this and try and sack an exchange. And then hope for the best and hope that we can just keep the pawns intact. But what on earth do we do? If I go here, it might allow the knight just to jump straight in. Queen here first, I think, is needed, and at least it sets up the option. Our queen here, I guess we can do this. So yeah, he just marches on, fearlessly marches on, hitting our pawn. So can we push? I guess we could take, but I'm not sure we should. So queen here. If he takes, we can take. Oh, well, that would be covered, wouldn't it? So here, he could take, we sidestep. I don't like that. I think I'm going to have to take there. If he checks, I can go here. He's then got knight in, queen up, knight takes, rook takes. That's probably the best I can hope for. So maybe I have to go to the corner here. I'll go to the corner just so there's no knight check move. He could just collect, or he's gone there. But now I've got bishop up and we pin the knight. So that's got to be good to go here and hit the knight count. He's threatening to go here as well. And there's no knight nasty jump in here now. But this is a scary one, isn't it? Really scary. We're threatening F4 to hit 2 pieces. We're threatening just to simply take and get this off the board. Rook across, we might be able to start pushing, but... Okay, so he's allowing us to go here. Is there a move like queen across to double attack? Maybe. But I'm not sure we should. No, I think it's best to get the knight off the board and maybe queen up. It's just the pace he's played this at, and he's still miles up on the clock, and yet he's still playing all these good moves essentially instantly using no time. Can I push here? Take, then if he takes here, that feels like it would actually be good for us, but I don't know if I dare risk it. Let's just go here for now and maybe across. So we'll attack this here. Why is he playing all these moves so well so quickly? He's just not thinking at all. Okay, so he's gone back, so we can triple, but can we just push and push? But if I triple stack now, the problem is I can't take because my queen is the front piece. So I think it makes sense to push and push here. Just while I can. Yeah, again, another one just... He's up nearly 3 minutes on the clock and he's just making really good instant moves. What about rook here now then? He can go here to guard, right? Here. He has to guard, then I can take, I think. Let's just march the pawn and then hit this one. So now surely I can take. Miles up on the clock and yet he's just not slowing down and using that time. You know, if you're a good opening player and you know your theory, once you get an advantage on the clock, you need to slow down and use that time that you've got. We're threatening a back rank check now to win the rook, unless he's got a checkmate knockout. He's now in trouble, it looks like, and yet, real scary game. If he trades the queen, it should be straightforward, because we're two clean pawns up in a 7th rank pawn, and I don't see how he gets his rook back easy to come in the defense. So we'd like to see him trade here. I don't think he will. He's desperately trying to find any move not to trade, but also to cover this d8 square. We're threatening a simple check, king up, take the rook, and as long as there's no immediate check on us or a knockout blow, we could get a free rook and then move the queen and get another queen. Has he got that knockout blow? Like if he takes the pawn now, we just take his queen. So he's got to find a good square for his queen. But this is why you've got to use your time wisely. It doesn't matter what time control is. You need to try and play at the right speed for the time control you're playing. It doesn't matter what it is, what time it is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he's just resigned. He's just resigned. If he just slowed down there, he was playing it so well. Let's just see what it was in engine speak. Very dangerous opponent though. 36 moves. They're the move times for both players, which was practically nothing for our opponent for many moves there, as you can see. Symmetrical variation of the English opening, yeah. Knight f3 and c5. It's really an invitation to play e4 and switch to an e4 game, but yeah, I chose to play the English instead. But I didn't want it to be too symmetrical, even though obviously it was a symmetrical line. Indeed, literally written in the name there. We played the ending pretty well. We played the opening pretty well, but it's still level after 17 moves. 92 and 87 on the accuracy. So, not bad, but he played it so scary fast. He's used like 5 seconds for 4 moves. Yeah, just barely anything for any of these moves at all. So we're already a minute down on the clock here. So queen up, I shouldn't have done. What should we have done now? We should have developed the rook to b1. See, I considered that, but there's these potential tricks with the bishop opening up and the knight's not protected. But I should have actually played rook to b1. The reply was queen a5, but it's what I should have done. We get the queen a5. And then I need to develop the bishop or the queen, or maybe knight here. But you can blunder here. If queen here, queen can take, man, queen takes pawn, rook takes, it'd be 2 pieces for a queen. You wouldn't do that, I guess. So knight or queen here might be the move. Queen to d3 was the recommended otherwise move then. I guess there's no immediate knight in. Something to learn, but we're still slightly better there. So with queen to c2, it's essentially level. Then here, I should have moved the rook first instead of pushing the pawn. So it's right back to level here. Then he's played this scary move. How long did he take for that? He spent 2 seconds on that one and then just 4 seconds on that one. And then you can suddenly see the knight coming in. And that's a bit problematic, isn't it? So f3 was the right move. And then you can see if the knight moves maybe with a sack, the bishop can come in. Luckily, in this position, we can block it. Otherwise, that would be potentially very dangerous as well. But it's actually still level here. The pawn push was good. But here, I should have dropped the knight back immediately, not worrying about a move like this and discovering here. So I play knight back to d1. If the knight comes forward here, I guess we just take it. You take here, we jump across, we attack the queen, and we win the bishop the following move. So yeah, I should have done that one immediately there. Knight back instead of the rook across. But now we're marginally better. We then do jump the knight around, chase the queen. And now suddenly we're 2.5 better. And we're basically doing well the rest of the game. But here I should have played the bishop in to try and just pin the knight straight away. So suddenly the knight has landed on a very nice square now. So we drop back. And here should have played queen across instead of taking. But this was good. Bishop g3 was good. But here, ooh, I'm supposed to play queen to d1. Who's going to play queen to d1 in a position like this? Who's going to play queen to d1 there? That's very, very counterintuitive, isn't it? No idea who's going to play that. And then rook to e8. Queen takes d5. So you don't even guard your pawn. You play rook to e8 to overprotect your knight. Yeah, no, we're not going to play moves like that at this level. But now we're +3 better. We just start marching on, though. Here I should have just played a calm queen to d4. I guess you've got to still guard your rook there, so instead of pushing the pawn there, then he's blundered allows us to push on. We grab the pawn, and he just thought, yeah, no, this one's largely over now. Let's just move on to the next game. Fair enough.